Good morning, my name is Fujasi. I'm going to present about my design this semester, Georgetown Biophilic Tower. Firstly, here's a brief introduction about green spaces that I would emphasize later on. High-density developments such as high-rise building can provide better local services, but also have more limited and low-quality green spaces, which may lead to a stronger feeling of insecurity and less social interaction than developments with lower density. Definition of urban green space. Urban green space is a component of green infrastructure. It is an important part of public open spaces and common services provided by a city and can serve as a health-promoting setting for all members of the urban community. Therefore, it is very important for urban green space to be integrated into the city and integrated as part of our lifestyle. So, from our site analysis and what we have synthesized, our master plan group, we have come up with an issue which is the lack of green space in Georgetown, Penang. Globally, this lack of green spaces is a silent killer. As you can see here, the lack of green space not only affect our environment, it also affect our health, economy, and social. So here's some statistics of what deforestation have done to our environment as globally as a whole world. So what reflected from globally is reflected in Malaysia also. In local context, ASEAN green spaces disappearing fast. As you can see here, our country is one of the countries globally that is affected strongly by this lack of green spaces. Next is the local issue in Penang context, urban heat and climate change. Only 0.4% of building use is contributed to the public open space. So you can see here is a very serious matter that we have ignored this far, the lack of green space in our city. So the issue in work environment on the other hand include stress, the air quality, noise, and ergonomics. This is what the employees are facing, even employers are facing in work environment nowadays. So here's some statistic about the problem caused by the issue that I've mentioned earlier, such as like 42% of the workers report that yelling and other abuse is common in the office due to stress. So green in office, green space in and around office is producing healthy workers. So we all love green spaces. It is a human nature to want to be near to the nature. So as our city densify and more of us live and work closer together, we really understand that green space is a basic need that is in fact in decline in many urban environments. So how do we improve the work environment? Firstly, encourage transparency, remodeling and redesign, use natural elements, increase engagement, foster teamwork and collaboration, and go for comfort. So this is the setting of our project this semester, Georgetown Penang. It is located between Citibank Malaysia and Prudential Insurance Building, sandwiched between the waterfront and Jalan Sultan Ahmad Shah. These are the existing pictures of the site. This is the existing heritage building, Running Mate Hotel. Okay, so this is our what we have produced in our master plan group maklumat mewujudkan sebuah konsep bangunan hijau interaktif yang menggalakkan hubungan mesra antara manusia dan alam semula jadi. So, our objektif mewujudkan kawasan hijau yang menggalakkan penyertaan orang awam untuk berhubung dengan alam semula jadi, meningkatkan jaringan akses kebolehsampaian dari nodes baru ke nodes sedia ada, memelihara elemen bangunan warisan dan menjadikannya sebagai ruang interaktif pendidikan hijau. So, just now, I've mentioned about the lack of green space and the work issue in work environment. So, I've thought about it. How can I solve this true problem? It's by bringing nature into the building. So what I've come up with my design concept, Biophilic Tower. by inserting biophilic elements into my design. So biophilia as a concept. Okay, biophilia can be loosely translated as love of nature. Okay, biophilia and economic sense. There's a great economic value in the positive effects of biophilic design on well-being, stress reduction, and enhanced learning. Biophilia can re-engage losses from unproductive operating costs. So here are some of the what biophilic design can do: healing and improve attention and learning. So significant increase in property value. Okay, people will pay 58% more for a property with a view to water, while people will pay 127% more for a lakefront property. Okay, so concept biophilic tower. Biophilic design is a response to the human need to connect with nature and work to reestablish this contact in the built environment. This approach to design has a tremendous effect on our health, well-being, and even our productivity, creativity, and profitability. The morphology of the building tries to use biophilic design principles into design making. Okay, these are the biophilic design framework that I have integrated into my design. Firstly, nature in the space, visual connection with nature, non-visual connection with nature, non-rhythmic sensory stimuli, thermal and airflow variability, presence of water, dynamic and diffuse light, connection with natural system. Next, nature analogs. This is more to the form of the building, biomorphic form and pattern, material connection with nature, complexity and order. Okay, nature of space. This is the experience of the space when you go into the biophilic design. Prospect, refuge, mystery, risk, or peril. Next, biophilic design strategy, landscape and site design. Provide open space around building, maintaining existing trees and native landscapes. Provide plantings and pleasing natural settings around buildings. Build pathway through naturalized and landscape area. Replace improvised landscape services with diverse native plantings. Provide living wall on building exteriors. Biophilic design strategy, building design. These are some of the building designs strategy. So this is a case study 1, Park Royal on Pickering, Singapore by Woha Architect. This is what they've done towards biophilic design strategy. What I want to highlight here is the risk and peril. Like if you can see this cage, although when you step inside, you can see that you are in very high up environment that you feel risky, but you are in a safe environment. This is what they want to convey through this risk and peril experience. So case study 2, Edit Tower Singapore by Kenya. This is also one of the design that I've integrated biophilia concept into it. So these are the program of my office. Spaces such as EcoSpace, meditation area, communal space, cafe meeting room, cafe communal space, outdoor green area, park in the sky. These are the program of my commercial building. Okay, this is the program of Education Center, which is located at the Heritage Building. It is in cooperation with Malaysian Nature Society. These are the green spaces or outdoor green spaces of my design. Next, this is the program for waterfront. Okay, these are the biodiversity targets of my design. As biophilic design not only insert nature into the building but also create an ecosystem for the building itself. So from concept, biomimicry, approach nature as a guide for design. So I've thought about it, how can I insert biophilic into my design? So it's by incorporate nature, bringing nature into the building. As you can see, we not only want the nature on the ground level, but I want to integrate it throughout the building, including the tower, by having these staggered green spaces. So design direction, nature analogs, biomorphic form and pattern. After I have integrated nature in the building, on second thought, what's the biggest surface of a building? Is the facade. So how do I incorporate biophilic into the facade of my podium and tower? It is by developing a facade that mimics trees, a biomimic facade. Through the biomorphic pattern of the cell structure, it comes out as a Voronoi facade. So how do this cell structure facade mimic a tree? These are the developments of the cell structure that I've developed. So I've come up with this Voronoi facade. So like I've said just now, how does this facade act as a biomimic facade that mimics a tree? So I've done some case study on this on materials that have help in what a tree does. It is by absorbing pollutants in the air. So here's how it works. By coating a titanium oxide into my facade, the sun activates the titanium oxide particles of the coating and converts pollutants like nitrogen oxides and volatile organic compounds in the air into a water and calcium nitrate, which is a salt. So this process is like what a tree does in our natural ecosystem by eliminating pollutants in the air. So what's a greater use of this product if we don't use it throughout our building, right? So this biomimicry is biomimicry of process of tree at ecosystem level. It mimics the roles of tree in city landscape, which naturally help purify the air. So design strategy in urban context. Firstly is permeability. Different access to site from alternative entrances increase physical permeability to the site. Virtual permeability to waterfront and heritage building from Jalan Sultan Ahmad Shah through building massing. Okay, legibility. Overflow of activities is introduced as a new nodes lah. Especially as the center of my site along Jalan Sultan Ahmad Shah, increased legibility in terms of activity patterns. Public relevance activities as sequence markers is continuous until waterfront from the outside of the site. So accessibility to the site is introduced not only from along Jalan Sultan Ahmad Shah but also from surrounding buildings. Pedestrian path is introduced from Citibank building and Prudential building, which is at the waterfront area. So block arrangement of the building are based on existing solid and voids of the microsite. Existing heritage building. The existing heritage building in the site is preserved through Penang Heritage Preservation Policy. New blocks are set away from the building to encourage public to appreciate the heritage building. Robustness. To increase robustness, the edge activities between retail spaces at ground floor overflow to public space, plaza, garden, and waterfront. The plaza, waterfront, garden, and amphitheatre are to house different activities on demand. Next, variety, traffic zoning, richness, green spaces, building program. So program of building and spaces as a therapeutic escape for users by implementing biophilic strategies. So the zoning of the site is divided into 5 parts: interactive landscape, waterfront activities, commercial podium, hotel tower, and office tower. The location of each zone respond to each other and to the macro site. So here is the north skyline. And site respond, visual connection to the heritage building and waterfront through Jalan Sultan Ahmad Shah. It is a continuous, uninterrupted view. Okay, sequence marker, continuous activities from various entrances through the site engage the users. Once you have entered the site, it has different nodes, small nodes, which act as a sequence markers to bring you all the way to the waterfront. Robustness and variety, each plaza, Eco Plaza and waterfront area to house variety of activities such as cultural festivals, performance, bazaars, and commercial activities. Okay. Accessibility. Alternative pedestrian access is introduced at the south the west, the east of the site to increase the accessibility to the site. Vehicle circulation is limited on the lower right side of the site as not to block pedestrian flow. New nodes are introduced, especially at Waterfront Eco Plaza in front of the heritage building for public use. Okay. These are the proposed master plan program. This is the office tower, ecological center at the heritage building, a hotel tower, podium commercial, green roof and waterfront spaces area, and also water taxi area part. So this is the form development, existing site. Nextly, building plan flowsheet of the site. Building is elevated to increase visual permeability to waterfront. So building divided into smaller parts. Building rises for sky courts, staggered green spaces, nature in space, visual connection to the nature. Nature of the space, Risk Emperor. These cantilevered spaces are of the experience that I've mentioned in the case study of Park Royal, in reference of Park Royal just now, Risk Emperor, where when you enter, you look down, you're at a very high up space, but you know that you are in a safe space. Okay. Building core is located at the center to maximize the view. Okay. Visual connection with nature by integrating another sky courts. So by implementing landscape throughout the building, nature in the space. And lastly, by integrating the facade that I've explained just now as part of nature analogs, biomorphic form and patterns. So the health benefits of all these biophilic design include a lower blood pressure, observed view preference, positively impact on perceptual and psychological stress response, decrease diastolic blood pressure. Okay, this is the my final design. These are the perspective view of the waterfront area, the nature play area, the garden area at the ground level, the entrance level where you can straight away the heritage building. The view is framed by the new building, the interior of my office. Okay, so this is my site plan. As you can see here, from Jalan Sultan Ahmad Shah, if you walk here, you can directly see the heritage building. It's like you're invited into the heritage building and through it to the waterfront area. And from the Citibank here, you can connect it into the site. Okay, I'll show the ground floor. Okay, from the Jalan Sultan Ahmad Shah, you're directly pedestrian walkway invited into the building, into the Eco Plaza as a centralized nodes that connect to the heritage building, the commercial area and another commercial area here, and to the waterfront. From the Citibank, it is connected to the commercial area and to the central nodes, and to another commercial area, to the waterfront and to the heritage tower. So it's like a seamless circulation throughout the site. I've also implemented biophilic design here, as you can see the numbering here. So after the ground level, in the response of the sustainability effort, I've introduced some commercial spaces, businesses that make effort into sustainability in our environment. These are some of the examples. Some of the targeted tenants. Okay, this is my podium level 1. Okay, so biophilic office design, bringing nature into the workspace. So as for my proposed office tower, I would like to have the framework integrated into my tower. which include access to nature, light, and view of the outside. Utilize available outside areas, give staff space and choice, incorporate nature features like wood and stones, include plant life into the workplace, and praise color. So here are the top 5 elements most wanted in office spaces: natural light, quiet working space, a view of the sea, live indoor plants, bright colors. So benefits of biophilic office design: improve productivity, increase concentration level, creativity blossom, enhance staff well-being, greater staff retention. So more millennials are flocking to shared office space. What is a shared office space? It's actually open office spaces that support for startups, resistant to traditional office, networking opportunities, lower cost, fewer responsibilities, and smaller commitments. So this shared office space craze isn't just among millennials. Okay, like here, 84% of employees believe that strategy helps companies recruit and retain top talents. 72% of workers think that flexible workspace strategy has helped to motivate workers. Open office space, these are the open office environment benefits. Okay, so this is the office plan. I've also integrated biophilic elements. It is an open office plans integrated with nature. These are the sections and my details: Sky Garden details and EcoCells details. These EcoCells details I've integrated into the basement plan, where the nature, the trees are all the way up to the ground floor. It can also act as a ventilation strategy and daylighting strategy. So this is another section. My north, south elevation, west and east elevation view. Okay. As for my structure case study, I've chosen the Shanghai Tower as my case study. It used the core and outrigger structure. These are the structures of construction strategy of my building. Okay, this is the integrated building technology of my building. Okay, building structure system, core and outrigger structure system, core design shear wall. Okay, floor tight raised floor system, air underfloor air distribution system, floor tight composite floor construction. This is the national identity strategy and sustainable strategy. Okay, before I end my presentation, here's a short video of my design. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.